a brief little recap, not a full deep dive on the Real Housewives of Potomac season 10 episode 4. But before we get into it, don't y'all forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and come on over here and kick it with your girl. Like I said, it's gonna be real brief, y'all, today. It ain't gonna be like a full deep dive, but we gonna talk about it. The ladies are at Preakness. They at the Derby. They look cute, and Keiarna is giving all the ladies $20 to bet. They told Stacey she kind of danced for her $20, baby. Stacey, I like Stacey though. I thought it was funny, but when Stacey was like, she put that $20 in her pocket, she wasn't betting. Stacey said, "Fuck you and that $20, baby. That $20 is going with me." We do see Gizelle and Wendy, and I like Gizelle and Wendy. I like their dynamic. It's good to see them, kind of run circles around the girls, because let's be clear, y'all may not like Gizelle, and we know I have a love-hate relationship with Gizelle, but Gizelle is doing her job so far, and she's doing it well. Like her or not, she's doing her job. She's this is her show. Like I said, with I feel like it's her and Karen's show. With Karen being gone, she's in charge of the ladies, and she's doing a good job. She do some, some shady, mean girl stuff, and we'll talk about that. But for the most part, she's doing her job. Yeah. What did Wendy and Gizelle? Wendy brings up that she didn't think Angel graduated. Gizelle was like, "Oh, I thought she graduated in 2009. Wendy came out in 2006, and she's like, Wendy's like, "I don't think she graduated." Gizelle was like, "Oh, well, she said she left." And Wendy is still like, "I don't think she graduated," which, in this situation, she could have left that school, but that don't mean she didn't graduate, So, child, but Wendy is adamant that the girl didn't graduate. I am here for Tia, y'all. Tia checked Ashley. And one thing I could say, Ashley is she's kind of doing her job. I think she's making her presence known a little bit this season. We know Ashley's one of them people that's like, Ashley would get on my nerves, but I feel like she does okay in her job, put it like that. But yeah, Tia checked her, which I kind of agree with. Well, I did agree with Tia. If you're having something and you know that they're feminine and she's with a group of ladies, why would you invite two people and it's a group of ladies there, and then you on speakerphone? Like, that's that underhanded, sneaky shit that Ashley does. But I like that Tia checked her. She was like, "It's tongue in cheek," and then Keiarna's like, "Well, what is that?" And so Tia is like, basically, it kind of rolled off your tongue, but here go Keiarna, like, chin check, and Angel face told it off. I am like, y'all, let's just stop real quick. I am so disappointed in Angel. I thought I was really gonna like Angel. Like, I feel like her first episode, and this is why you just gotta get a girl's time to say if you rock with them or if you side-eyeing them or not. Because I felt like Angel she started off strong. Like, I felt like she got she got the house, she got the man, she had the kids, she was a wag, I felt like she has all the things that a good housewife would, pose it and have. But I don't feel like she's being her true self. I feel like her loyalty to Kay is what's gonna mess her out of her spot on this show. Angel girl, I don't want you to be a one-hit wonder, but if we don't get some more throughout this season, and we just on the 4th episode, so we'll see. But at this point, girl, that ain't looking too good, for real. Like, I felt like I was with her when she was like, she want to get to know each other ladies for herself. I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'm liking that, because y'all know, I feel like this is why I don't care too much about people bringing on their actual close friends. Because my thing is, if y'all not fixed to run circles around these women together and in a fun, shady way, then it becomes to where you are standoffish with everybody else. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they can come on here and tell you, "Oh, Angel, you need to get to know us and you supposed to just jump to do it." But I feel like with Kay having issues with people, that is putting a bad taste in the mouth of us, the viewers, because it's like you're being blindly loyal to Kay, and Kay is just really making you her little lapdog. I hate to say that word, but this is allegedly. Jassi come to join the ladies, and Keiarna's face was so funny when Jassi walked up, y'all. She is not there for Jassi, which I think is because I think Keiarna is scared that Jassi may take her spot. What y'all think? I know a lot of y'all thought that Angel was being shady to Jassi when she was like her husband is a tackle and he started for 10 years. I don't know. Like, I know the stuff about Darius and him having the babies and stuff on Jassi, but I ain't really just looked into his career like that. I need to ask my man. He a football fanatic, so he would know. But I ain't fit to do all that right now. Anyway, so I didn't feel like the way it came off, I don't think she was being shady towards Jassi, y'all. Tell me what, I mean, I know a lot of people think they were, but I thought she was just saying, you know, he was a starter, but I can see how that would come off as shady. I now feel like Wendy gonna stir the pot. Like I said, they doing their job, and she made it look like more than what it was. But I didn't take it as Angel being shady in that moment. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments. I really did not take it as that. The ladies see the first lady of Maryland for a split second. They blurred out her face on camera. I believe it's for other reasons, which, you know, I get it. Kay. Okay. Kay is, like I said before, I think Kay is so pretty. She's very beautiful to me. But I just feel like she is becoming exhausted at this point. Like, Kay, I have tried to give Kay grace, but it's like, girl, you gonna beef with every damn body on the show at this point? Like, girl. So, Wendy basically told Kay that Jassi had a problem with her. I think the real issue with Jassi and Kay is that both of them were both friends of the show last season, and they wanted, and Kay got the job, Jassi didn't, but they are still bringing Jassi on, and when Kay may still, like I said before, she feels threatened. But this whole situation of Jassi, Jassi, don't get me wrong, Jassi brought it up. That Jassi did bring it up about she felt like Kay felt a certain type of way because she going through it with Greg. But then, here go Kay. Oh, you going through it because you married a man who had 2 kids on you. Like, they both didn't waste no time to shade each other. It's like, y'all don't like each other, and that's okay. But y'all are literally like just going through it, and I do think Kay feel a certain type of way because, of course, I know she want that relationship. Not saying she want Jassi's relationship, but whatever her and Greg got going, and we know how Greg treated her on camera, and we know how her family and stuff feel about Greg. So I know that hit a little spot for her. But at the same time, I am like, Kay, you can't, girl. You are getting on my damn nerves. The ladies arrived to Nevis. I know previously they didn't want Jassi to come because of the stuff that transpired, but we know production always got some up their sleeve. Jassi coming. Jassi is the only one that is in economy. The rest of the ladies are in first class. But I like the way Jassi handled that situation. She wasn't all like bougie and like she was too good for economy. She was like, baby, the wine tastes the same. And I'm like, I heard that. Girl, go get your coin. We ain't gonna worry about the rest of the other stuff. But I honestly feel like Jassi is giving more than Keiarna. So Keiarna, you might have reason to feel a certain type of way. And I can't say I'm just big fans of either one of them. But it's just like Keiarna is just doing so much this season, and we only 4 episodes in, and she have literally been in an issue with everybody. And maybe this is her way of trying to make her presence known. But it's just like, it's giving like you're looking for an issue to the point where it's not even cute. It's not even fun shade. It's exhausting. And I thought it was so funny when Tia was like, is she coming to holiday with us? Is she coming to holiday with us? And Angel, here go Angel. I would rather Sharice. I'm like, oh Lord. See, this is the stuff. This is what I'm talking about. I don't know what Angel was thinking taking this camouflage Prada backpack with her. When you travel to other places, y'all, I always read and learn about their laws over there, especially now with this administration and stuff. Like, I always know what you can and can't do. Thankfully, Tia had a half-full bag, which I know a lot of y'all was like, well, why do Tia have a half-full suitcase? It's a note, like, I don't know. People, when they go other places, they shop, you know, they get souvenirs and stuff. So instead of having to ship stuff back or having to pay whatever the extra cost and stuff is because your suitcase is too heavy, just take another one. And just, you know, so I understood why Tia had a half empty suitcase. Y'all may not understand it, but I did. Like, people buy stuff all the time, y'all. Like, people go shopping when they're in other places. People bring back souvenirs. So that's just probably was room for that. I don't get the big deal about it. Y'all, I thought the conversation was so funny when they was talking about sucking balls. Wendy asked Stacey, and Stacey was like, what type of balls? And she was like, sucking. And she was like, Wendy, you're an academic. Y'all, Stacey is funny. I'm sorry. Stacey be cracking me up. And this is why Stacey is perceived well. Even though she be lying, I think she's perceived well because she has a great personality. Look, she's a little, I can't think of the right word right now, but it's like a little awkward in a way, but her personality is great. I feel like she just herself, put it like that. And I think Angel could learn a thing from Stacey, like, just be yourself. I feel like Angel may feel a little bit self-conscious or something, and it could be because she did just have a baby, and we know she said that she's working out and stuff now. And I understand, you know, I get that, I understand that, but I was kind of having hopes for Angel, but child. The scene where they are in the middle of the ocean on this yacht and they are getting into it. And I agree with Wendy. I do agree with Wendy. And I've been said this. Keiarna keeps talking about how Wendy is not a good friend, but Keiarna, have you tried to be a good friend to Wendy? Everybody, you didn't talk to Wendy about it, to everybody about Wendy, but Wendy haven't said anything about you. And Angel, like I've said before, Angel just seems very insecure. She seems like she don't have a voice of her own. Well, I feel like she has a voice when Keiarna's not around. Put it like that. I feel like her energy changes when she's not around Keiarna. And after last week, I'm starting like, girl, is you scared of Keiarna? Because I understand that's your friend, and I understand y'all been friends for years, and I understand you may be loyal to her. But it's a thin line between being loyal and being a follower and being made to look like a damn fool. And at this point, I just feel like Keiarna has made you look like a damn fool. Like, Keiarna is pretty, but she comes off like she's miserable or she's going through something. And just like even how she's treating Jassi, at this point, I'm like, they should have just got, like I said it before, I like Keiarna, but they should have just gave Jassi the full-time position, because Keiarna is coming off as exhausting. And Angel, you are becoming unlikable because of Keiarna, and you just lying for nothing to appease Keiarna, and it's not very becoming of you, girlfriend. I'm just gonna let you know that. Like, we were trying to give you a fair chance, and don't get me wrong, we just the 4th episode in, but it's like you carrying all Keiarna's beef, and y'all notice how they have this energy and stuff for Wendy, but won't none of them get his energy to Gizelle. And we know it's because they look at Gizelle as the big dog, and they don't want to beef with Gizelle because they want to be on Gizelle. They want to be in Gizelle's good graces. But at the end of the day, it's like, Angel, you got all this energy for Wendy when Gizelle them agreed with Wendy, and you don't have no energy for them, baby. Like, it's not looking too good for you, Angel girl. We gonna talk about the picture of Angel in this I guess Photoshop. I know a lot of y'all was like, this is mean girlish, which it is a little bit, don't get me wrong, it is. But like I said, it makes for great TV. I didn't feel like this situation was worse than Gizelle not welcoming Stacey. I feel like now that was kind of overboard for me. But the picture, it didn't look like Angel, y'all. It didn't look like her. And Angel is actually pretty. She's not an ugly woman. She's pretty to me. So it's like, girl, why you didn't Photoshop yourself this much? Like, it's one thing to use a filter, but I felt like that picture didn't look like her at all. Me personally, I keep saying, I feel like she's just going through, maybe I'm just gonna give her a lifeline and say maybe she's going through an insecure spot in her life, and that's why she, just using the Photoshop and stuff. But I feel like Angel is pretty. She looked like she's curvy. Like, and yeah, I don't think she needs to use it anymore. We know Gizelle them was being shady. That's what they do. So I have to low-key agree though. Like, that was overkill. Don't do that no more, Angel, because you're naturally pretty. Like, you are pretty, and I don't feel like you need to do all that extra to yourself. And hopefully she could see that for whatever reason that she decided to do that. It could have been like an AI photo. I don't know. And if you notice on the pic that Angel did Photoshop, she's way smaller in that pic. Or, it could have been a while ago. That's why I say it could be some insecurities there. We know she just had a baby. So I'm giving her grace there, because when you just had a baby, I think her baby is just like a little over 1. So, you're still in the postpartum stage, and sometimes it's not as easy to lose that weight like you think it will be. So give her some grace, y'all. I just don't want her to Photoshop herself. Like, and I'm pretty sure a lot of them Photoshop themselves too. Let's be clear, if we gonna keep it all the way above. But when it's so noticeable, it's like, because you are very pretty, Angel, so you don't gotta do all that. Gizelle. Let's talk about Gizelle real quick, about her and the way she did Stacey. I did not like this. I felt like this was very mean girlish. I feel like, Gizelle, this is why people don't like you. And I keep saying, I have a love-hate relationship with Gizelle because I know she does her job. Like, I appreciate that, because she be keeping the stuff going and keeping it a little interesting. But at the same time, this was too far. Like, I get, the little shade and the little, y'all go to digs and stuff at each other, but excluding Stacey to the fullest like that was like out of line. And I keep thinking like, well, maybe next episode she'll make up for it. But I just think, like, girl, when people just started kind of liking you and like appreciating you for doing your job, Gizelle, you give them another reason to not like you. And this is one of those reasons, because really, like, what have Stacey done to you that bad that you wouldn't write her a note, or you wouldn't even get her name embroidered on the robe like you did everybody else? And then, like, on the note, you could have still been shady on the note and said something a little shade, like a little fun shade on the note, but just to completely just not, give her anything. Like, you have it set up there, but you went out your way to not write her a note and to not get her name on her robe. It's like, okay, that was whack. That was whack as hell. And I didn't like that. I just feel like it's stupid. It's too cat. Like, that's too catty at this big age. And Gizelle is like, well, I don't know her. I don't know this hoe. Who is this hoe? And it's like, at this big age, it's not hitting like you think it's gonna hit. I just think that's just mean girlish. And we gotta do better. Like, Gizelle, you was getting points. You was getting points. You was moving up on the roster. But now it's like you do this and like them points just, like they just drop on down. So I just feel like, you know, she got to do better. And one thing I do appreciate about Stacey. Stacey know how to play the game. And like I keep saying, Stacey, she do what she do, you know, but her personality is great. I've been saying she's a little delusional, but which makes for great TV. And she knows how to play the game. She handled every situation with grace, which is why Stacey, we gonna be seeing Stacey. I feel like Stacey, her spot has been sealed because she's becoming a fan favorite and she handles stuff with grace. Like she could have easily could have took this out of proportion and acted a fool, but she did. Like, even when they was talking about her breath, she took that situation with grace. And so I just feel like, and she just keep playing her part, playing her role, which is going to, I think, continue to elevate her. So did y'all catch that shade when Kay was like, we all use filters, but not me though, because I look better in person. Now y'all want to clock some tea. Excuse me, y'all, clock that. What y'all be? Because this your homegirl. Your homegirl on her riding overtime, getting into it with the ladies and lying and stuff for you, Kay, and you sit up and you throw out slick shade. And at the same time, that's your friend, Angel. That's your friend. And so it's brought up as to why did Gizelle not, you know, include Stacey. Gizelle, like I said earlier, she said that she don't know Stacey. Whole bunch of BS. So Stacey tried to have this aha moment with Gizelle, like, oh, you have a whole man, which I get Stacey, and like I'm gonna give her a E. You know, we're gonna give her an A for effort. But I don't think it really hit like that just because Gizelle has been saying she was dating. She not really with the man. They was just out on a date. So it really ain't nothing to talk about for real. But we know Gizelle don't bring her business to the show because, excuse me, like I said previous episode, she grilled the ladies and she don't want to be grilled. I'm sorry, y'all. Angel, like I said, she riding blindly for Kay. That's her girl. I feel like when Wendy was talking to her and she was telling her that she have all this energy for her, but she doesn't have this energy for Gizelle, which is true. I mean, this episode was cool, y'all. Like I said, I just went kind of briefly off brief little points. I didn't really just do a full deep dive recap. I'm interested to see what happens next week. It's good. So far it's cool, you know, like I watched, like, y'all, I didn't watch this episode really until yesterday when I was at lunch at work. And then I had to kind of rewatch it because it had my attention, but not really had my attention. So that's why I kind of didn't want to do a full recap. But for the most part, it's cool. It's something to watch. And we going to keep on going. Hopefully, Angel can show us a little more of her without Kay. Maybe she's open to getting to know the girls without Kay. I know that's her girl. Gizelle, you was wrong for what you did to Stacey. Maybe Gizelle will make it right on the trip. We shall see. And yeah, don't y'all forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye, y'all.